to our channel. I want to do a review today on a car that my wife and I picked out over the weekend. It's a 2017 Camaro 50th anniversary edition, and we went out looking around at some of the different Camaros, and this one just seemed to be the one that we like the most. So I haven't driven it yet. Well, I did drive it for just a couple of minutes, but I haven't really gone through it too much, so I'm going to take you guys through it today. It'll be a first time for me to really go through all the different gauges and the different options that it comes with, and to actually be able to really drive it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Have a great day. Thanks. So we're going to do a quick walkthrough on this car. Hopefully there's enough light in here to be able to see. I had to kind of drive up to a school. Sitting in the garage wasn't working, and pulling out of the driveway there still wasn't enough light. So hopefully this will work and we can actually see this video so I don't have to do it again. Anyway, this car comes like with most of the cars that are out today. It has the push start. So you press in the brake, hit engine start, and I love the screen on here. It's basically the same as in the Corvette. There's no button to push or the screen to lower, but I still really like it. It has a great, it's very easy to work with. I think it looks great. I like the size. Another thing I really like about the inside of this car, and honestly I didn't notice it the other day, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, is there's some perforation in the dashboard here, and it's got perforated holes that spell out the word 50. Again, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I might need to try to open the door to get a little bit better light. But let's go through the instrument cluster here, because I haven't really worked with it a whole lot. I've only driven it 3 miles, I believe. Anyway, so it looks pretty good. It's got a lot of information. We'll scroll through here real quick. Let's see. It has info, and under info, of course, this car, one thing that I really like about it, I don't know if you can see it, it does have the heads-up display to tell you how fast you're going, and what your RPMs are. You can adjust that too. You can make it higher, lower, brighter. You can change the info. You can have just telling you what your speed is, what the station you're listening to, I think, what direction you're facing, and your RPMs with your speed also, and your lateral Gs. Another thing, you know, in the main instrument cluster, of course, has the speedometer and your RPMs. But anyway, so let's scroll through here and just see what's on here. It'll show you what the speed limit of the area is that you're in, if it's in the GPS. It'll tell you, obviously, your miles per hour, how many miles are on the car. We're at 82. Trip A, fuel economy. Trip B, fuel economy, fuel range, instant fuel economy, oil life remaining, the temperature of, or the temperature of your tires, meaning if they're warm or not, but also your fuel pressure is down, and a timer, and then your tire pressure. So anyway, I think I said oil pressure, but I meant to say oil pressure, tire pressure. Anyway, timer, and back to speed limit. And then you can go down to performance, and it'll have your G-forces, oil temperature, oil pressure, transmission fluid temperature, back to G-forces, and then you can go to audio and adjust your audio, phone for your Bluetooth connections, and, you know, streaming music through there, navigation, which this vehicle does have navigation. And then other options would be whether you want it in US or metric, standard display. There's 10 pages. Speed warning disabled. Yeah, we don't need that. That's what a radar detector's for, in my opinion. So we'll put it back up here to information. I think that's what my wife drives it on. One thing I like about this model is it does have navigation. So you can just punch in your navigation and, you know, go into destination. You can go by address, intersection, points of interest, recent locations that you visited. You can do it with your contacts if you've got contacts in there, and just type in the address. So anyway, I really like having navigation in here, even though I won't be driving this car very often. I have the navigation in mine as well, and I like it. It's pretty simple to use. So we'll go back. Obviously Bluetooth. It even has the weather, so if you want to find out what the weather is, you can it'll check your weather for you. Anyway, we're not going to do all that. Figure out the rest of the week. And anyway, texting, so probably not a good idea. I'm not really sure how that works because I haven't used it on here or any of my other cars that has this same feature. It does have heated and cooled seats. I like the little air conditioner knobs, kind of interesting to open and close right here, and then direction. And this is the 8-speed, I believe it's an 8-speed automatic, and you can change your modes. So if you're driving in sport mode, you can change it to touring mode or snow and ice. I'll probably just keep it in sport mode. And you can turn your traction control off here, your parking brake. And to shift from automatic to being, you know, in the paddle shift mode, the manual mode, you just click it to the left, and then you can start using your paddle shifters. But anyway, we will put it back into park. You have your hazards right here. It does have let's see, what kind of a glove box does it have? Not too bad, pretty normal size. And I really like the seats here. It has a little bit of the suede Alcantara inside, and I like how it has 50 on the headrest and the orange stitching to match. And you can't see it right now, but I am going to do some video maybe later this evening, and there's ambient lighting all around on the inside that looks really nice. I'm impressed. You can. One thing that I do like is on the interior here, it does have ambient lighting. And I'll be honest with you, my wife has set it to red. I had it set to blue, but this is her car, so she can set it to whatever color she wants. And later on, I'll put the car in the garage and I'll open the door because I think it looks really cool. The sad thing is I sat here for 5 minutes trying to remember how I set it, and I don't remember. So I cannot change it back. This car does have OnStar, which I'm sure we'll have hooked up for a short period of time, but eventually we will get rid of it. The interior is made of basically hard plastic, a little bit softer here. It does have the suede and Alcantara and some of the spots on this door. It is a soft plastic on other parts of the door, mainly just here towards the top. You'll see some speakers. The back seat, let's look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty much non-existent. You can sit back there, but you better not have legs or you're not going to fit. One thing I do like is it does have the battery charger that is cordless, so that's kind of cool. I like that. Let's see, it has a, how the heck does this thing open? A very small center console storage, very small, and there's a little bit on the doors, and not a whole lot, so there's not much storage in here. After a while we'll stop and we'll take a look at the underneath the hood and what kind of trunk size it has, because honestly I don't really know about that as well, so we will learn that one together. Alright, so now that we've covered some of the interior, we will take the car out for a quick drive and just kind of see how it handles. And having driven it for a couple of miles, not many, a couple of miles, I actually think this car drives fantastic. I'm very pleased with its comfort, definitely very comfortable seats, and you know, it turns really well. It really feels planted, as I hear on every single video of people who are happy with the way their car drives. They say that it feels planted, like you are definitely not losing grip and you're in place, and I definitely feel that this car has that. I really have been impressed with it, but again, I've only driven it a few miles, so let's take it for a quick spin and see kind of how it goes. This car is unfortunately only a 4-cylinder turbo, which hopefully will be great on gas mileage, but it does not appear to have a ton of power. It's not super slow. I've driven many slower cars, but this is not also nearly as fast as, say, you know, the SS would be, which is possibly a car we'd like to get down the road. If my wife, I know I say my wife will get mad, so if my wife wants a faster one down the road, we'll probably go ahead and get the SS. I haven't had a Camaro since I was in high school. Back in the 80s, my parents had a 1988 IROC Z, and I really liked that car back then. And of course, it had a 350 with it, you know, an 8-cylinder, so it was a lot more power than what this has. But this car still has great looks. I love the way the appearance is on this car, and I think it's just a well-designed car. It seems to be very easy to drive, as are most of the newer cars. I don't think there's many cars out there today that, you know, you're gonna buy that have, they're uncomfortable to drive, at least not, you know, for an everyday driver type car. And this is actually probably not gonna be a daily driver for my wife. She still has her SUV, but we'll see how that goes over time. She may want to drive it more, which, you know, it's her car, whatever. So, you know, it does have a little bit of power. I'm gonna see what it's like here in a minute. I'm gonna try to give it a little gas. But having both of my other cars that I drive, the truck I drive every day and my Corvette both having 8 cylinders, I'm sure that this is not gonna feel like it has a lot of power in it to me. So we'll let this little guy go, and we're gonna make a left up here and see what it has. But the steering feels very tight. We are in sport mode though, so maybe that's part of the reason why. But it's really, really, really comfortable. I can definitely drive this car every day with no problem at all. I would like to drive one of the SS's though, just to see what it's like with an 8-cylinder, the power that it would have as opposed to this. One other thing I do really like about this car is that it does have the flat bottom steering wheel. I don't know why it makes a difference to me when I'm driving, but I actually really like it, and it does make a difference in comfort. But let's grab it. So it's not terrible. If you need to get moving, it's gonna go, which I think is pretty good for a 4-cylinder. You know, I don't expect much, although I had a Hyundai a couple of years ago, and it was also a 4-cylinder, and it was a pretty light car, I believe, as well. And it was pretty quick for a 4-cylinder, so I can't knock it. And this one is a turbo, that one was not. But we're going around this turn doing about 45, and it seems like it has no trouble at all to make the turns. 53, gonna drop down. I want to go too quickly through here, but yeah, this is for a 4-cylinder, it's not bad. The one thing that I can say I do not like about this car, and I will put that on a video here in just a little bit on this video, is the sound. I don't like the sound of this 4-cylinder. It has no it just has no quality sound. So anybody watching this video, if you know a good exhaust for a 4-cylinder turbo, let me know. I don't want it to sound like a ricer. I definitely would like it to sound, you know, a little bit deeper. I know I'm not a big car guy as far as knowledge on motors and things, and, you know, sounds and all that, but I definitely want it to sound more like a V8 and not like a, you know, a ricer. I don't know if I can do that with a 4-cylinder turbo. I haven't looked into it, but I do want to do that, because I know my wife can't stand the sound of it either. We joke around, it sounds like we started our vacuum cleaner as opposed to a car. So anyway, but that's about it for now, and hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna probably add some more to this video here shortly. So the trunk's not bad. It goes back pretty far. It's not humongous. You probably wouldn't be able to fit a set of golf clubs in here. Maybe diagonally. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's the underneath. Get a better shot of the rims. Or not. To give you an idea of the ambient lighting I was talking about earlier, here it is. And like I said, my wife changed it back to red. I had it in blue. And I know I said I would show you how you switch it, but I'll be honest with you, I couldn't find it again. I guess I'm just stupid. So it's staying red.